Àwọn béèrè àwọn ìbéèrè kan tó lè fa ìpàdé ìpàdé béèrè rẹ̀. Èmi àwọn ẹ̀sọ́ fún ní ẹtí àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ torí kò ṣe ìpàdé ọmọ ní àná. Ayọ̀fẹ́ béèrè kí lè ní wọ́n fẹ́ fún wa ọ̀rọ̀ tó tọ̀ wọ́n fẹ́. Ìgbà ṣe ìdílé kékeré tàbí wà nínú. Ìbéèrè àkọ́kọ́ ìgbàgbé sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ẹ̀wà polisi ọ̀sọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ wò pé àwọn tó bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ṣíṣe sáà ní pàtó ní bóyá ilé ìdílé bá kí ni ìdí gangan tẹ̀sí ìwòye láti gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ó ṣe é ṣe pẹ̀lú orúkọ wọ́n á fi orúkọ
Today we are 711 candidates in this election, 23 gubernatorial candidates, young, very bright, vibrant candidates. We are about 200 and 300 odd House of Rep members, and so on and so forth. We are in every state in Nigeria, we have a candidate. So, iṣẹ́ tiwa, we come to the center. Láì ní baggage kankan, I don't know how you say that, but we don't have any legacy issues. Yóò jẹ́ councillor, yóò bá wọn ṣàpapọ̀ rí, yóò bá wọn sí di politics ọ̀tẹ̀. What we are coming to do is to create governance for the future. What we are coming to do is to be held accountable, and that's it's all about accountable governance. And most of them, but we better speech it. We do it. Ṣé rí àwọn tó wà wájú wa, àwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà wájú wa, wọ́n ti jẹ tèmi mọ́ ti wọn. I am 60, but what you under so long, what you get to our motive, what if I get to our motive, especially PDP and APC. What if I get to our motive, Taba Pile Bawan Laye Pere, ọmọ wọn náà máa fi síbẹ̀. Ọmọ tí yín rẹ̀ wà lára láti jẹ president ń lè. Èmi ní ìrọ̀kọ́ tí mò ń bò, iṣẹ́ tẹ́mi wá ṣe, we can make sure pé mo mentor àwọn tó máa gbaṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa ni. Ṣé rí demographic group tèmi tẹ́ bá dìbò, a lè change ìlú yìí. Bọ̀ṣẹ́ rí àwọn tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn mi, they are 53% of the voting public. So that's why mo sọ fún yín ẹ láti jáde wá dìbò. To ẹ̀yin nìkan lè change tó ń lọ yìí. Kò sí security. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ iṣẹ́ ìrora oúnjẹ nísìn. And kí ni èyí tó bá bá bí ọba mú ni? Ó ti bá everybody, a lè rí títì mọ́, a lè ṣe lẹ́yìn mọ́, àti jẹun wọn gbọ́n tó wá díṣẹ́ ńlá. So ẹ láti mú láti fúnra yín, and nínú gbogbo wọn tá à ń rọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn lónìí, àwọn nìkan la lè sọ pé ṣèjọba ní sẹ́ńtà rí. Àwọn nìkan la lè sọ pé look, it's time to look at it differently. To put people there that have achieved. I'm an entrepreneur as a person. At some point in the history of Nigeria, we were the largest private sector employer in this country. We have done it, we have seen it. We have touched lives, we have done changes in places. I want to do that on a national level today. And the only way you can do that at a national level is to actually come and put yourself for office. Sincerity of purpose, the Zimbabwe. That's another reason why you should vote for Kola Abiola and Harold Zigo and PRP today. You need fresh hands, fresh thought processes. You need people who have done it and want to impart that practical knowledge. Look at things differently. Mi ò yan minister rí, mi ò yan board director rí. We have no stake in the system but to go there and look at it objectively and change it. We have no stake in the system but to make sure we can mentor the next set of leaders, politicians for governance by showing them why and how it can be done. I came to PRP for also that reason, because we have stuck by our ideology over the past 50 years, but more importantly, this is a party that gives an equal opportunity employer to everybody. You don't need godfathers to get anywhere in this party. You can buy your membership online. You can register online for 100 naira. Party melo, you register. See, 100 naira. Besides, give me 100 naira. I don't say no, mama. But they join PRP for 100 naira. That's all it takes. We are the anybody like this. So these are the things that are there. Also, I am in this party because mo fẹ́ fi hàn wọ́n ọmọ wa pé ìgbà kan wà tí things were done the right way. We elected a governor in Kano tí ò lówó lọ́wọ́, in Kaduna tí ò lówó lọ́wọ́. We even had a senator that ran against a prince. And the common person defeated the prince in PRP. So that means that we represent an opportunity come or tiwa no. Kò dìgbà tí ẹni tó bá mọ̀, ẹni bá fún wa kó wá pè wọ́n kó wá ṣe, kó pè wọ́n dé kó ṣe tí wọ́n máa sọ fún bó ṣe máa ṣe. It's an opportunity fún gbogbo wa láti make sure pé a ní opportunity láti run ọmọ wa ní chance láti ṣe nǹkan nílùú yìí. Iṣẹ́ tèmi ní láti ṣe is to make sure that we have a level playing field. That is it. It's all about governance and sincerity of governance and accountability to governance. Thank you.
Ẹ kú ohùn olùdíje sí ipò ààrẹ Alhaji Kola Abiola. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ètò ààbò ṣe rí ní orílẹ̀-èdè yìí, àwọn gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ tó wà ní ẹkùn South West wọ́n dá ìgbìmọ̀ elétò ààbò kan sílẹ̀. Pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ elétò ààbò yìí, a mọ̀ sí Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Ó dàbí ẹni pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ò faramọ́, wọ́n fìjà pẹ́ta pẹ̀lú wọn. Alhaji Kola Abiola, tí ẹ bá dé ipò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè, kí ni ẹ̀yin máa ṣe fún wa? Nítorí ẹ̀mí àti dúkìá ní ẹkùn yìí ó ti wà nínú wàhálà. Táwọn èèyàn bá ń lọ sóko, wàhálà ni. Tí wọ́n bá ń lọ ọjà, wàhálà ni. Níbo la dé, níbo la ń lọ sà? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ètò ààbò orílẹ̀-èdè, kí lẹ̀yin máa ṣe sí i? Àti pé ṣé ẹ máa fọwọ́ sí àfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ní ìpínlẹ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ ìròyìn nínú gbogbo nǹkan àkólẹ̀. Adúpẹ́.
Thank you very much. Madam, thank you very much. That's a very good question. Mo ti ń retí ẹ̀ bákan. As president now, what I will swear to is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the Constitution of the Federal Republic as it is today. Ìwé òfin ìlú yìí bó ṣe wà lẹ́yìn recognizes the Nigerian police as a factor. Especially security in itself does not begin and end with the police. We need to go back to community-based policing. And what do I mean by that? Ayé ìgbà kan wà tí àlejò bá wọ̀lú wá lọ rí ọba àbí baálẹ̀ tó wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ mo dé àdúgbò yín o, mo fẹ́ gbé bíbá ìdẹ́ o. Ẹjọ́ kí lọ́wọ́ òfin wa ní àdúgbò yìí o. Báwo la ṣe ń ṣe, báwo la ṣe ń tò. Wọ́n á bèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn náà, ibo ló ti ń bọ̀, ibo ló ti wá, kí ló fẹ́ mú ẹ fẹ́ dúró sí àdúgbò wa. So kò sí bí àjòjì ṣe lè wà, kẹ́bọ̀dì máa mọ ìdáde ìdíje ń bọ̀, àṣeyàn náà ń sìn. Àlejò wa wọ̀ wá láti nìkan, á ṣe tó fẹ́ ṣe, tí wọ́n dá wàhálà rẹ̀ tán, kò sí jẹ́ ti fẹ́ mú. Kò sí tẹ́ ti fẹ́ mọ bí tó ti ń bọ̀, kò sí tẹ́ fẹ́ mọ bí àṣìṣe ẹ̀ ní tó ti ń bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Aláti bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn again, that's what I meant by community security service. Tẹ́ bá ṣe yẹn tí nǹkan bá máa fi wọ́ ẹtí mo tó ti ń wọ́ bọ̀ tó ẹ lọ ayé tẹ́lẹ̀. That's one thing we are going to do seriously. We also believe that by going to your state police, you are creating 36 problems. Many of our states don't even pay our civil servants, haven't even paid our teachers, haven't paid our workers. If you now add this on top of it, and the security agents, then we're really playing with profound danger. I honestly believe if we look at the true role of our security services, do them right, go back to its original foundations and do them right, we will have an effective police in this country. We just have to pay them right, make sure their welfare is taken care of. We have to have technology to support it. And in the shortest possible time, you will see massive differences. You don't have to go reinventing the wheel to fill a vacuum. You want to create more problems. And what has happened in the past is that we keep on creating quasi-bodies to solve one problem without strengthening the original body that takes care of that. That's the problem. The role of the government, as I understand it and I receive in PRP, is that we have to be in control of what is government. We owe it to our people to give you a minimum standard of living, your protection and your security, and we have a role to play doing that. That is where I stand on that. We have people who are not paid. Why add to that problem? Leave that to the federal government to do. We would strengthen the combined forces. We will strengthen the police. We will add training. We will add technology, and make sure not just the welfare are taken care of, but it's taken care of in a very timely manner. You must know when you collect your salaries, and we will give you a living wage, right down to your families. I think with that, we will effectively solve that problem. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one or two announcements. We are trying to manage time. So, if you have any question to ask the candidate, kindly write it down and pass them to me. Kindly write the questions and pass them to me so that we'll be able to pass them on to him. We want to manage time because we know he's a very committed person in so many places. So the next thing now is for the next question to come.
Adúpẹ́, ẹ kú ìjókòó gbogbo ilé. Alhaji Kola Abiola, olùdíje nínú ẹgbẹ́ PRP fún ipò ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ẹ kú ohùn látàárọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ìbéèrè tí èmi fẹ́ bi ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìpèsè iná fún iṣẹ́ ọrọ̀ ajé àti ìgbáyégbádùn, provision of power, electricity or energy as you may care to call it, for socio-economic development in Nigeria generally and in the southwest specifically. Foríjì mi gbogbo lẹ́yìn pé èmi náà ṣe àmúlùmọ́là òyìnbó àti Yorùbá ni. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ pàtàkì iná ọba nínú ìdàgbàsókè ọrọ̀ ajé àti ìbáyégbádùn fún àwọn ènìyàn lórílẹ̀-èdè kan. A sì mọ̀ pé a ti wà lórí wàhálà àìsí iná ọba yìí àbí ìdákúrekú ni àbí àìsí rárá. Ó ti pẹ́ díẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Ara àwọn ìdí tó sì ṣe pàtàkì tí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìpèsè iná ọba òun ni pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ló ní agbára ìpèsè iná ọba lọ́wọ́, generation, transmission, distribution of electricity or power. Eléyìí sì ń jẹ́ kí oríṣiríṣi ìdíwọ́ àti ìdènà kó wà ní ojú ọ̀nà rírí ohun ìmúṣagbára yìí tó ṣe pàtàkì gbáà sí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé. Ó mú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìdíwọ́ àti ìdènà wá sọ́nà yìí. Jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó ń fojú sọ́nà láti di ààrẹ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà, kí ni ẹ rò pé ẹ lè ṣe láti lè mú kí wàhálà yìí kó kúrò ńbẹ̀? Ní ìhà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó ń ṣètò ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ti foríkorí, wọ́n sì ti rí i pé tí region kọ̀ọ̀kan bí ìpínlẹ̀ southwest yìí, ẹ̀ka ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó jẹ́ southwest ní Nàìjíríà yìí, tí wọ́n bá ní agbára lábẹ́ ètò òfin ilẹ̀ wa láti lè generate, transmit and distribute their own power, wípé yóò rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn, yóò sì jẹ́ kí ìdàgbàsókè tó dáńgájíá kó tètè bá orílẹ̀-èdè wa, ìpínlẹ̀ wa àti orílẹ̀-èdè wa lápapọ̀. Kí ni ìhà tí ìjọba yín ṣeéṣe kó kọ sí irú fífi agbára yìí fún orílẹ̀-èdè, fún àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà? Èyí ni ìbéèrè mi lórí iná ọba. Ẹ ṣé.
Thank you very much, man. It's nice to know that Akebeji, Yoruba, English. Thank you. I think that's a very good question, man. We believe in PRP to have clusters, both distribution, power clusters, both generation and distribution. So in the southwest, we will look, or every region, we will look at what is predominantly available as a source. So we're going to end up with a mixed energy source. We have a few dams. We have a few regional, what we're looking at is a regional mini grid, what we call embedded generation. We have the dams. We have Oyon River Dam, Ikare Gorge Dam, and Ashejue Reservoir, and Ede Reservoir in Ashu. We will use those as a means, well, multiple means. One, to generate power, but also more to generate irrigation for agriculture. Furthermore, we intend to use a lot of waste to power alternatives. We expect to come together as a region to encourage you to work cooperatively to generate waste to power. And I tell you what, a state like Lagos doesn't have land, but they generate the most waste. So there's nothing wrong with going to Ogun State or your state, which borders Lagos, to set up a joint waste to power plant that helps to share that power between the southwest states on a mini grid. As federal government, we will give you the incentives that are required. We will give the subsidy that is required to do that. We will also use a lot of solar for our rural electrification to light up our rural areas. They're probably slightly more expensive, but they're more durable. So we will do that. Furthermore, the transmission lines, whether being regional or national, remains the responsibility of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We see that as a national security issue, and we're not going to see that for outsourcing at all. Funny enough, and that's another issue entirely for another day, is that what's happening right now is that it's like the petroleum subsidy. The federal government maintains the grid, but the GenCos don't generate enough power to the grid, and the government ends up paying the subsidy for power that you do not get. That will change, and that power, those subsidies will go to making sure that your regional areas are able to generate their own power. I think in the immediate, that's what it is. But everything we suggest is about creating jobs, adding value, and having a win-win situation. Be it recycling, you create jobs. Once you have power, like you rightfully pointed out, people will be able to run their businesses. It's all about bringing down the cost of your setup cost and your running cost. And that makes all the difference in the world. That makes also our processing more cheaper, and hopefully that will be passed down. Another thing is that we have, one bit before I forget, we have Papalanto gas plant, and we have a motor show. We guarantee that there will be gas running to that place immediately we get to office to make sure that we solve the problem in the area immediately. Thank you. ọmọ bá wa mo bá ní question àbí answer tẹ́fẹ́ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ yín torí ẹ lè má lọ ẹ̀kọ́ tí yín lẹ̀ kọ́ bèrè.
Yeah, no. Your Excellency, sir.
Alhaji Kola Abiola, bí àwọn olùkọ́ ṣe lọ sí strike fún bí oṣù mẹ́jọ, ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ó ti mẹ́hẹ̀. Àwọn tí wọ́n jáde gan-an tẹ́lẹ̀mí bá bọ́ sí ọjà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ìṣòro ni. Eléyìí ò jẹ́ kí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ilẹ̀ wa kó múnádóko. Kí lẹ rò pé ẹ máa ṣe sí eléyìí láti ṣe àtúnṣe fún ẹ̀ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ kí orílẹ̀-èdè lè padà sí ipò ògo rẹ̀ ìtàtẹ̀yìnwá?
Yes, sir. Sorry, the issue of education, we'll mention quite very briefly. One of the biggest problems we have is we will go back to our teacher training institutions. We will treat your teacher trainers Jerry, the problem we have now also is that the cutoff marks for accepting teachers is way too low. So it's like a last resort for people who don't make higher grades. We are going to increase that cutoff mark, and we will treat teacher training as like an NYSC copper. So while you are training, you'll be paid an allowee, as they call it in the NYSC. So you earn a living from teacher training colleges. That, I think, will make a big difference. Secondly, we are going to emphasize a lot of vocational schools. We are a 652. If you stop at secondary school, you go to vocational. If you go to A levels, I bring it back A levels, then you know you want to go to college. Now, what we also want to do is this accelerated basic education program that is started by the Buhari administration. We believe it's a good idea, but we want to add a few things to it. We will, after training under that program, you are, number one, at least they've accepted now, that you can be trained in vernacular, in Yoruba. That's one. With that, we would have done anyway. Without them, we would have planned to do that. You have to be, we will teach you to be numeracy and literacy. We will also allow you, and once you finish, to enroll in a database that helps to add value to that program and when you are employed. But also, we're going to step back to the past. We have this thing in the Southwest especially, where from Oga mechanic, Oga furniture, kó kọ́ṣẹ́, hairdresser, tó bá kọ́ṣẹ́ tán, kò ní certificate tó lè jẹ́ kó òun kọ́ṣẹ́ yẹn. Kò ní certificate tó lóun lè fún kórè àti òun ṣiṣẹ́ yìí òun kọ́. Mélòó àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a máa pè wọ́n padà sí program. A máa update skills wọn àti máa kọ́ wọn ní intern tó recent. Tẹ́bá kọ́ yín tán, ẹ̀ lè gba certificate yẹn kẹ́lẹ̀ fi ṣùgbọ́n pé yes, mo ṣiṣẹ́ yìí, mo dẹ̀ kọ́, mo dẹ̀ ní experience bye. That, I think, will help put some value to a lot of people. Lẹ́yìn àtijọ́, wọ́n lọ gba freedom láti lọ kọ́ṣẹ́, láti lọ gbòmí lọ ṣe. But ó lè ṣó pé mo ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Gbogbo yẹn la máa, with this program, we will correct that. That way they will have some documentation to show. And that is one thing we will also do to help. We will also encourage SMEs in many ways. Provided they are agric-based, they employ your locals, you will get a step up from this government. We want a totally inclusive country. We want to bring back patriotism into Nigerians. So if you are a Keke Napep driver, for example, we will have programs in mind to make you not just be a driver for somebody who owns the Napep, but you actually own your own and feed your family from it. We have programs to do that and make sure that you're an owner and you have a stake in the game yourself. Thank you. Your Excellency, sir. I forgot to speak about the striking teachers. This has been the longest university strike we've had to date. And I think there's a need to revisit our institutions, especially the first foundation institutions we have. We need to change a lot of things. The system, our universities should be part of our capital projects. We have gone for too long and underfunded our institutions. One thing we will do as part of our infrastructural development in PRP is to include our learning institutions and upgrading them. What we have done is we believe there's a need for a Marshall Plan, massive public works, and we will include our institutions in that. We will include agric in that also. But going back to the question of the teacher strike, we are the party of intellectuals. We are the party that had Chinechede as our national secretary. We are the party that has Wole Soyinka at some point a party member. We have Jega as a party member. We have Pao Modu as a party member. We have enough intellectual capacity in this party to make sure it's an occurrence of the past. We are sitting down, we are looking at the problem, we are going to come up with a position paper on that solution in another week or two on that, specifically for that. Now, what we have found out is that we have neglected a lot of our public institutions at the expense of the private. And I think that is wrong. That is wrong. Many of our so-called private institutions are anything but Jackson schools, really. There's no pride in saying you come from those institutions when you have an affair, a union lab. That's everybody. We need to put that pride, but we need to also upskill a lot of our lecturers. We need to change lecturing from purely notes to actually practical case studies. It has to be more of a practical case study. A lot of our public older institutions would have to go from being, there are so many institutions that do undergraduate. Let us focus on the postgraduate in those institutions because they are established, and let's get research to make a difference. That way the funding will come to these institutions to solve most of the problem. Thank you.
Alhaji Kola Abiola, béèrè tí mo fẹ́ bi yìí ó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìbéèrè tó máa ń wáyé ní gbogbo irú ìjókòó báyìí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìgbà. Kí ni ètò yín fún àwọn obìnrin? Bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ẹ ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ẹ recognize àwọn màmá wa àti iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí wọ́n ń ṣe nínú ilé láti gbé ìdílé ró. Ẹ acknowledge àwọn màmá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tí ó ń mójútó ọrọ̀ ajé ìdílé. Ṣùgbọ́n a mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lónìí ní Nàìjíríà, ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn obìnrin ìfàsẹ́yìn púpọ̀ ni à ń kojú lórí ìdàgbàsókè àbí ìlọsíwájú ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin. Àwọn nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní National Assembly lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn òfin tí wọ́n gbé lọ sí National Assembly tí wọ́n reject lórí representation obìnrin àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ó ṣì wà ń bẹ̀, kò tí ì rí yanjú. Ẹ sọ nígbà tẹ́ ẹ kọ́ tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wípé ẹ mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin, ẹ ṣe program fún àwọn obìnrin. Ṣùgbọ́n kí ni nǹkan gbòógì mo fẹ́ kí ẹ túbọ̀ ṣàlàyé síwájú? Kí ni àfojúsùn ìjọba yín ṣeéṣe kó jẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìlọsíwájú àwọn obìnrin? Ìhà wo ni ìjọba yín ṣeéṣe kó kọ sí ìlọsíwájú àwọn obìnrin? Ìwé kan wà tá à ń pè ní National Gender Policies tí a ti ṣe fún Nàìjíríà fún ọjọ́ pípẹ́ àti ní federal level àti state level kò síbi kankan tí wọ́n ti ń lo National Gender Policy yìí dàbí alára. Kí ni ìhà tí ìjọba yín ṣeéṣe kó kọ sí ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè obìnrin ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lápapọ̀? Ẹ ṣé.
Thank you, ma'am. PRP is the party for our women folk and PWD, people with disabilities. And I'll explain this to you. In 1979, when the late Aminu Kano ran for president, we were the first party in Nigeria to run with a female running mate. We are that progressive at PRP. And I think we should give the PRP a round of applause for that. Because no other party has done that today. We had a female from Edo State, or Midwest then, who's Edo State today, as the running mate to Aminu Kano, that is supposedly from a party that is supposedly
a northern Muslim party. That is how progressive we are. Also, in our manifesto, we took it on ourselves to make sure that when we empower 25% of our commissioners, all ministers will be women. It's in our party manifesto in even this last election, this our last outing, we bought funds specifically for women, just to get women to encourage them to operate and run for public office. Unfortunately, in many cases, even one, the husband told her to go and return the ticket. That's the kind of bottlenecks we have to deal with. We were always encouraged that. We even have in states, Kebbi for example, just to encourage the women folks and the youth to participate in this process. The women will have their own separate office where they meet and where they get involved in the process. So as a party, we are very progressive and we're committed to making sure that our women folk are ably and fully represented in everything we do across the board. Furthermore, we intend to arrange many of our women groups into cooperatives to help them take advantage of the economics of skills we're going to bring to them. I'll give a little example in Edo State. I drove for oil in Edo State. And I noticed a market day. After the market was over, there were heaps of foodstuff. And I asked, I thought the market was over. They said, well, people brought them from Asaba, from Benin. And they're yet to come and pack them to market. And I'm like, why can't you guys take it to market yourself? Why do you have to wait for middlemen to do that? They said, well, that's how it's done. I said, okay, organize yourselves. We will give you two pickup trucks. 2 used pickup trucks. One you can use to Asaba, and one you can use to Benin, and take your produce yourself to market. They came back and they were stunned at the margins. They've left too much on the table. And from that day onwards, the life in the area changed. I want to be able to do that for every woman, every mother, every sister out there. So we're emphasizing on the women folk because at the end of the day, when it comes to voting,
medical.
Àfúnni card, àfúnni gbogbo subsidy.
Tó ń pariwo, tó fi ń ṣe jalè láwùjọ yẹn tó wọn kékeré, tó wọn àwọn èèyàn mélòó kan ló ń jẹ́, a máa pín. Èyí ní bóyá.
Iṣẹ́ ìdíbò ṣe é pèsè. Exactly. so ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa sanwó fún àwọn tó kéékèèké tó lò so owó yẹn máa fi sí lápò ní kẹ́fi ṣe nǹkan fún families yìí. Another thing we will also do is to make sure we streamline the taxes, especially local government taxes.
Okay.
Wọ́n àti ẹ̀rín sí tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ sọ́jà ọ̀tẹ̀ local government máa wá pé owó àtẹ̀wé àwọn ní transport àwa owó ilé èyàn adé ẹlọ́dún sanwó ilé èlòlẹ̀ ń pa gan-an tó ń pa gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí a máa méṣe kó yẹ dúró a máa méṣe pé jáde máa san kankan one time fee lẹ́ máa san tẹ́bá gbàtà ilẹ̀ ẹ̀ máa sanwó tẹ́bá load ẹ̀ máa sanwó ilé àtúndé ilé ẹgbẹ́ certificate ilé so gbogbo èrè lọ́ti wàjẹ́ tó sínú àpò ara wọn the day tẹ́lá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fún local government lówó direct àwọn méṣe pé gbogbo pálapàla ẹ̀ máa dúró so owó tẹ́ bá ń pa tẹ́ bá ti sọ tẹ́ kẹ́ san one time lóṣooṣù that's it èyí tẹ́ máa sọ owó lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá every day tẹ́ bá ti fòsẹ́lẹ̀ ọlọ́mọdé ọmọ gbówó lọ́wọ́ yẹn gbogbo yẹn ó máa stop that's one thing that máa ṣe and we have to do it with the states and the governors collectively at least I know in PRP states we will stop it by example so gbogbo yẹn ní ara ọ̀tá máa ṣe fún gbogbo yín torí àti ọmọ lọ́lẹ́wé kò rọrùn mọ́ sìn àti gbé oúnjẹ dé ọjà gan owó transport lásán gan èdè ẹ̀fọ́ apá ń bẹ̀ at the end of the day so whatever tó máa ṣe tó máa fi wọ̀nyí rọrùn pé àjọ yín àmàjọ kó wà formal tí wọ́n máa fowó sí tí wọ́n máa fowó pamọ́ sí àjọ tí wọ́n máa ń ṣe yẹn bó ṣe ń pọ̀ sí àwọn bá wọn máa dákun àmọ́ bá ń máa fi sí kó lè tó iṣẹ́ ṣe fún gbogbo yín gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣe ní ètò lọ́tọ̀ ẹ ṣe ìrìn àlájì.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Èèyàn kan fi ìbéèrè kan ránṣẹ́ alájì olúwa fi ìbéèrè kan ránṣẹ́ ó ní gbogbo àwọn èèyàn náà mọ bàbá MKO bí ẹni tó lawọ́ tó jẹ́ afúnni èèyàn tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó lójú àánú wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ ẹ̀yin gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ṣé ẹ̀yin náà máa mú ìlànà tí MKO ní o àbí báwo la ṣe máa ní ìdánilójú pé èyí tó ń bọ̀ yìí ẹ máa lè ṣe dára pé kì í ṣe pé ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ́ sínú òṣèlú gíjà bẹ́ẹ̀ pé nítorí orúkọ tí bàbá ti fi sílẹ̀.
Thank you. Ìgbà tí mo wọlé bọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ wọn kọrin kan àbímọdé ọmọ òròjọ bàbá kó máa gbé ní ọmọ kọ́lá wọlé jọ bàbá ètò ọmọ òròjọ bàbá ká máa gbé ní ọmọ. ṣẹ́rí kọ́lá wọlé láti yàtọ̀ díẹ̀ sí MKO nítorí cbr díẹ̀ wà ní kọ́lá wọlé náà. èmi ń ṣe tèmi àwọn tó mọ̀ mí tí wọ́n ń ṣe tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ń ṣe tèmi lára ni mo máa ń ṣe tèmi mo lè kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kẹ́rẹ́ wọ̀ kí mi kọjá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yín ó dẹ̀ nídìí. So yes àìmọye JAMB exam tí mo ti san for a whole state àìmọye wàhálà tí mo ti san àìmọye mi ò mọ bó ṣe ń polówó ara mi àbí gbólógbó ara mi lọ́sẹ̀ ni bọ̀dé ibi tí ẹ rí ìyẹn tí rí ibi tán kò sí kan tí wọ́n bá tẹ́fẹ́ mọ́ gba mi tẹ́ tí rí báyìí sí I think ìyẹn important ju ariwo tí mo pa lọ tí máa wá síwájú yín tí máa sọ fún yín pé mo dúró báyìí mo wà báyìí kẹtù lè jókòó wá gbọ́n tó fẹ́ sọ ẹ̀bìlì nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ mi ẹ̀bìlì kan mi ò ní gbà yín ni ẹ believe pé atọ́kọ̀ ni mo ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ believe pé in many cases it's out of conviction and commitment ìyẹn dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n bèrè kí ṣe tó yí wọ́n jẹ́ Kọ́lá àlùmí Abíọ́lá ní fẹ́ẹ́ ṣe wọ́n ẹjọ́ ń torí ẹlẹ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ Kọ́lá tó jẹ́ Abíọ́lá gbogbo ọgbọ́n tí ń lọ orúkọ láti jẹ́ ìgẹ́ wọ́n sì ń lò dọ́là ọ̀sẹ̀ àwọn APC náà wọ́n wọ́pù renewed everybody ṣe bí orí ẹ̀ǹkè ìṣàlọ́ ọ̀gbìn ìbáfídé ń jẹ́dé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà ní kókó Kọ́lá wà lọ ti ẹ̀ sì ń rí ọmọ ní nǹkan wá fẹ́ gbà nǹkan ẹ̀ wá nítorí ẹ̀yìn fẹ́ fi jáde ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní yẹn ìyẹn dúró bẹ́ẹ̀ but more importantly 30 years ago this year ní election 1993 30 years ago mélòó wa la máa dìbò lónìí tẹ́bí ń gbà yẹn mélòó wa la máa dìbò lónìí tẹ́wọ́n ti gbé election kan ṣe kan 1993 tó yẹ o. I'm coming here first as a candidate and MKO's son. I'm here to earn that vote. I want to come to everything I've done in my life, I've had to earn it. Gbogbo tí n bá ń ṣe ní ayé tí mo dì láyé mo ṣiṣẹ́ mi. That's why mo jẹ́ MKO, mo ṣiṣẹ́ mi. MKO fún ẹ̀gbọ́n máa tiẹ̀ síta ní. Lọ́ọ̀dì nígbà mi orí ẹ̀kọ́ padà wá ní. Má wàá ṣàlàyé fún mi. Ẹ̀kọ́ tí èmi kọ́ nìyẹn. Síbi àt máa lọ fẹ́ Kọ́lá lọ ṣe tó bá ní pọ́bẹ̀ wá bá mi sọ bọ́ má padà wá sọ wípé òòrì ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ tí èmi kọ́ nìyẹn. So ẹjọ́ tó Ọlọ́run àti kékeré I was the youngest bank chairman in this country. mi ò débẹ̀ pé torí pé ṣé ọ̀dà mi ní ọmọ MKO mo ní tí n bá kàwé and that's another thing gbogbo ọmọ wa ti kàwé tí n bá kàwé àìmọye ọmọ tó wà nípò mi tí wọ́n bọ́ tí wọ́n ti kàwé tó wọ́n kàwé yẹn tó fi ìgbà yẹn ṣe fàájì èmi kàwé rẹ ni mo kàwé rẹ torí tí n bá kàwé rẹ mo lè gbé síwájú ilé mi kẹjọ kò fẹ́ gbọ́ tó sọ gbé orúkọ mi inú the wrong place tọ́ba tí ẹ̀bí èèyàn tó ẹ̀bí náà àbí ẹ̀kọ́ ló ṣe máa ń sọ ẹ̀rọ lọ́wọ́ tí ọba tí ẹ̀bí hàn èèyàn tó ẹ̀bí náà títí bíbí ara inú ẹ̀ lọ́mọ tèmi kọ́ máa wò kó lè dá fún gbogbo ọmọ kárí ni mo fi ṣe tí wọ́n ń ṣe yìí kébì náà lè fi hàn wọ́n pé look you know what tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ wá ní ṣe lè ṣẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀rẹ́ bàlújẹ́ ẹ̀rẹ́ kọ́ sílùú bí ló bó ṣe rí ń sìn ó kẹ́ gbogbo jáde ń sìn èmi ò ní sọ fún wa pé láti tẹ́ ẹni tó yẹ kí n lọ dìbò ní bọ̀dé náà mo ti jáde báyìí sí yìí ẹ̀sìkì ìdẹ́fẹ́ wọn ní láti máa dìbò ń sìn àlejò mi ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́lú ó lè kó sí ní lọ́wọ́ báyìí sìn. So yes, I am MKO's son. Wallahi, Charles Babla Bari Azim. Mi ò ní fẹ́ bàbá mi ju MKO lọ láyé yìí. Mi ò ní fẹ́ bàbá mi ju Simbi Abiola láyé yìí. Torí láti iṣẹ́ tó ṣe iye ẹ̀kọ́ ìtọ́nitọ́rọ̀ tó fáwa ló jẹ́ kẹ́ máa jókòó kẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀mí lẹ́nu yìí. So kò sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní pé mo jẹ́ MKO kò sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pé mo wá as MKO son kò sí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní ìyàwó àtọ̀ if not anything else ká máa dúpẹ́ ní bí àti ẹ̀rọ ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ tó tẹ̀ jáde ọmọ ìtọ́kọ tó jọjú tọ̀lẹ̀ lọ́kọ́ sí mélòó ní south west yìí ènìyàn dárúkọ tó ti orúkọ wọn ti tọ̀ tí orúkọ wọn wà tàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbọlọgbọ ọ̀ṣọ́ wọ́n yàgbé mọ́ gbọlọwọ́ lẹ́nu ìgbọlọwọ́ lẹ́nu but at least eléyìí inshallah ìyàlẹ́ máa wà lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣe.